Hey everybody, it's Leon with another episode of Body Mind 360 Health and Fitness News. And today we're going to be focusing on some news coming straight from Tiger Woods. He recently had a Q&A session on Golf TV, and he made a huge revelation about the exercise that he credits for all the damage that was done to his body during early on in his career, and that led to all the problems as his career moved on. Right after the break, let's talk all about it. All right, so if you haven't checked it out yet, I'm going to put a link in the description below to the article that basically focuses on the Q&A session that Tiger Woods had with Golf TV. And during this session, he basically attributed the majority of his health problems to running. Now, when I heard this, it did not surprise me whatsoever. In fact, for years now, I've told my clients that running is probably one of the worst things you can do when it comes to the risk-reward ratio, when it comes to health versus benefits, when it comes to exercise. We as human beings, we were not optimized for running. We can run, we can walk, we can climb. We are, when it comes to nature, kind of jacks of all trades. We can do everything pretty much except for flying. But we were not built kinesthetically and anatomically for running. If we were to be optimized for running, we'd probably be quadrupeds, as the majority of efficient runners, not all of them, but the majority of them, are going to be on all fours. It makes a lot of sense. But because we are bipedal in nature, there's some limitations there. And one of the biggest problems when we run is that transfer of weight. So the faster we go, we get to a point where all of our weight goes off one leg and then comes down on the other leg, and it's really coming down to a very small surface area on your foot. Then all that pressure goes up to your knee, to your hip, to your lower back, and over periods of time, this can have a very large detrimental effect. Now, some people may say, but Leon, what about the Kenyans? You know, look at them. They run like crazy. They're super efficient and they seem fine. Well, first of all, a lot of marathon runners, if you talk to them, they do actually suffer from knee problems over time. Also, by and large, they fit a very specific body type. They tend to be very lanky, very light. You don't run into very many marathon runners, no pun intended, that are very big. They're definitely not over 200 pounds. Most of them are 130, 140, 50, maybe 160 pounds. Definitely sub 200 pounds. The average individual, though, in the United States is about 175 pounds. And that may have been going up over the last decade or two as we, as a society, have gained a lot of weight. So if you're average or above, you're going to start having more and more pressure on those knees. And again, with Tiger Woods being one of the most genetically gifted athletes out there in history, he's basically saying this destroyed him. And he was running roughly, I believe it says 30 miles a week or so. Or let me see here. Let's take a look together. Yeah. So he mentions here, if he had one thing he wished he could have done differently, was to, quote unquote, not to run so much. Running over 30 miles a week for probably my first 5 or 6 years on tour pretty much destroyed my body and my knees. So if you are an average individual or somebody that is, let's say, more heavy set, this is a big no-no. What I found is when I was at my lightest, when I was athletic, about 200, 205 pounds, I could kind of run, but it was still I could still feel the pain after I ran a couple miles. Not too bad, but once I got north of that, and right now I'm about 260, Optimally, I'd be about 230 to 35 right now, and that's kind of my goal. But even at that weight, I probably wouldn't run very much. Now you can walk, you can use an elliptical trainer, you can even power walk, but just not to a point where you've got that full transfer weight from leg to leg as you move faster and faster is the key. Also, you may notice on some of my videos, my instructional videos for beginners, I emphasize modifications for beginners to spare your knees. Big emphasis there a lot of times is also any kind of high impact movement. Jumping is a big thing. Sharp movements where you see lots of transfer weight, really detrimental. And if you're not trying to do those movements for competition, more often than not, and especially when you're starting out, you're going to want to avoid them. So that's something that I've promoted for a long time. And again, if you want to spare your knees, avoid those sharp movements. And as I say, and if you don't believe me, as Tiger Woods says himself, avoid the running if you can, especially if you weigh over 200 pounds. That's in my opinion. Use alternative methods of exercise if you can avoid it. Now, I want to hear from you guys. So love to hear, what do you think about Tiger Woods and his statement? What do you personally think about running? Has it ever bugged your knees? Do you think it's perfectly fine? Love to hear your opinions down in the comment section below. All right, guys, now make sure to check out the original article, watch the video, it's pretty fun and informative, and I'll see you guys next time on your journey to a healthier body and mind.